They're not trending on X and they're buried in the rankings, but these 6 late-round wide receivers could smash their ADP and win you a title. Sleep at your own risk. Wan'Dale Robinson's my first. Look, if you want PPR goodness, Wan'Dale Robinson is the player you want to roster. Last year, 140 targets. He's the 3rd receiver in the offense. Doesn't matter. Playing 76% or so of the snaps and great safety valve in the middle of the field. With those 140 targets, 93 catches, only 699 yards. But if you're taking those 93 catches, you are taking that all day long. He comes out as a PPR wide receiver 3 type. You could get him around wide receiver 70 or later in drafts. Smash that button and grab him all day.
Jim, I'm going with Rashod Bateman going off the board at wide receiver 58. And while the floor is low, the upside is real. Last season, Flash, 9 touchdowns, 756 yards, and a huge 16.8 yard per catch rate. Baltimore used him as a vertical threat, reflected in his 87th percentile ADOT and a career high 10.5 yards per target. That 20% touchdown rate is not sustainable. He averaged just over 4 targets per game and had more than 4 catches only 2 times. So consistency was not his strong suit. 4 games over 75 yards, 8 games under 30. But Bateman's been mostly healthy recently, and he looks set to pass DeAndre Hopkins on the depth chart despite the signing. He'll trail Zay Flowers and Baltimore tight ends, but should be locked as the wide receiver too. Baltimore's run-heavy attack actually boosts their passing efficiency. For a guy in the 72nd percentile in yards per route run with splash play and red zone ability, Bateman is a solid late-round swing.
My next player is Cedric Tillman of the Cleveland Browns. Tillman did not have a great stat line last year. Who cares? He got the starting job in Week 7 when Amari Cooper was traded away. Tillman's first 3 games averaged 7 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Then the bye came for the Browns, and then the next game, unfortunately, Tillman suffered a concussion that ended his season. Quarterback play wasn't great last year. Not going to be great this year, so no change there. Tillman's a locked-in number 2 option. Not only can he win in the intermediate area, but he's a great downfield threat, and he's going around wide receiver 65. Reach on up to wide receiver 58 or so to make sure Cedric Tillman is on your fantasy football roster. And if you enjoy videos like this, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Also, we're offering 15% off all RotoWire subscriptions. Just go to RotoWire.com, pick your favorite subscription, and use the code YouTube15 to score your 15% discount. Subscription gets you access to our mock draft simulator, our picks and props tool. Again, RotoWire.com. Use the code YouTube15 at checkout.
Jim, Jalen McMillan, late-round dart throw, caught fire last season, but he's only the wide receiver 60, and it feels like everyone forgot just how much he popped. Now, he didn't do much early, but starting in Week 14, averaged 19.8 PPR points over the last 5 games with 7 total touchdowns and at least 4 catches and 57 yards in every single one. He finished his rookie season, 37 grabs, 461 yards, and 8 touchdowns on 58 targets, most of it coming during that stretch. The route running was clean. He earned red zone looks, but he's not a big yak guy, just 38th percentile after the catch. Now, with Chris Godwin healthy and Emeka Egbuka in the mix, the ceiling is capped. But if McMillan holds off Egbuka and remains the wide receiver 3, he's a touchdown threat and a pass-happy offense. And a strong bench stash, especially if Evans or Godwin misses time.
My next player is Dyami Brown, now of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now with Brown, if you're looking at his stat lines, 4 seasons in the league, 308 yards. That was by far his best season last year. But let's go beneath the surface. It was really late last season, including the NFL playoffs with the Washington Commanders, that Dyami Brown finally showed up. He averaged 76 yards in his last 3 games. His role increased. We thought coming into the league that Dyami Brown was going to be a downfield receiver. That is not what he became. He showed his best when he was getting catches short and making things happen after the catch. Sometimes we need to simply redefine a player. Whether he's on the outside or inside, he can get it done. Most likely under Liam Cohen in the new offense, likely Brown moves to the slot. You have Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas on the outside. Dyami Brown is often undrafted. So save a spot in the very last rounds for Dyami Brown.
Jim, the forgotten Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Hollywood Brown, wide receiver 1 ADP. He obviously disappeared last year after the clavicle injury, playing just 5 games, never really recovered from it. But now he's healthy and Kansas City brought him back for a reason. He ranked 98th percentile in targets per route run and air yards per snap, but 86th percentile mark in yards per route run. When he's on the field, Mahomes looks his way and Brown can still separate. Sure, Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy are ahead for now, but the NFL is fluid. Injuries or shifts could open the door for Brown to step up in one of the league's best offenses. He's got deep speed, a quarterback who can sling it, and a real chance to outperform his wide receiver 1 ADP. Don't be shocked if he's a flex option come November.